Tamako Market may appear to the untrained eye to be a show about nothing, except some cutesy fluff and seemingly uneventful stories. However, this is far from true. Where Tamako Market excels is in its subtlety and handling of the themes it presents to its audience. Tamako Market carries a childlike whimsicalness with the joy and fun it brings, and it is impossible to not crack a few smiles when watching. Tamako Love Story is a movie that takes place after Tamako Market, and it is a beautiful ending to this marvellous series. And with that, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone else watching, I am proud to present to you Tamako Market. Produced by Kyoto Animation and released in the winter of 2013, Tamako Market is an original work, not an adaptation, and it was directed by Naoko Yamada. The show centers around a girl called Tamako. Tamako is a girl who is a bit of a klutz, easily distracted. Her hair is never done right, and she always carries a bright and joyous attitude with her. Tamako also has a knack for missing something obvious or doing something spontaneous out of her innocence. Tamako lives with her family in a mochi shop in a small market area. The mochi shop is opposite another mochi shop where Tamako's best friend Muchizo lives. Muchizo is a very kind and caring boy, the same age as Tamako. They grew up together and formed a close bond. They often talk through the night using paper cup telephone lines, and Muchizo has a tendency to become shy around Tamako and not notice when she has vanished. Their father's constant shenanigans to outdo the other is hilarious. Tamako lives with her father as her mother passed when she and her younger sister Anko were very young. The show begins with Tamako carrying out her usual day through the market. On her way home, she visits the town's florist, where she stumbles upon a talking bird called Dera. Dera claims to be a royal bird on a quest to find His Royal Highness a bride, but has decided to take a break and live with Tamako for a while. Tamako Market's heart is in the exploration of family and a place of belonging. For example, Dera finds a family in Tamako's home. Tamako has her home family, which are her immediate family. She also has the people who live in the marketplace, who all consider each other family. And Tamako has the family she made for herself, which compiles of the close bonds she has made with her friends at school. Midori is emotionally the strongest character despite jealousy being a constant companion of hers. She emits a cool air but cares deeply for her friends, especially Tamako. Kana appears to be oblivious but has a firm understanding of her friends and where they are in themselves. She is a free spirit that no one can obstruct. The three girls are in the Baton Club together, and this is where their bond is tied. Finally, we have Shiori. Shiori is a very quiet and shy girl who struggles to make friends and often gives the impression she dislikes people when trying to prove otherwise. Not being in the Baton Club makes it harder for her to feel like she can truly connect with Tamako and her friends. Tamako Market is a very human story. It is an exploration of emotions and how we understand them and learn from them and how to mature with them. For example, Midori's jealousy sparks when she learns someone is in love with who she loves and plans to confess. With her emotions out of hand, she tirelessly attempts to prevent the confession. It isn't until later she learns the error in what she has done and finally discusses her feelings. Each episode of Tamako Market feature an emotion and a relationship, which causes friction between each other, such as Shiroi's struggle to make friends due to her shyness, or Tomako's worry that their beloved market is turning into a ghost town, and how the relationship and emotions come together and are overcome. Tamako Love Story is a beautiful movie, a true display of what Kyoto Animation is capable of. Tomako is faced with deciding what to do after school. Her friends already have plans, like Mochizo is planning to go to film school in Tokyo. Tamako is also struggling to catch her baton when her club is practicing for a big public performance. And she has been unexpectedly confessed to, and never having confronted a confession of love before, she has no idea how to respond, how to act around her confessor, and even settle her own thoughts and feelings on the matter. Everything appears to be going south for her. These adolescent struggles she faces are portrayed as extremely relatable. We've all faced these troubles, and seeing how Tamako pulls through and the sacrifices made by her friends all render heartwarming. This movie will have you smiling by the time the credits roll. Tamako's artwork is quite simply beautiful. However, there is a lot more to this artwork than how pretty it is. Its art helps push the narrative, whether that be showing a character's emotions through the movement of their legs, or showing the distance between two characters through a clever use of framing. Both the series and especially the movie look like they were filmed through a camera lens. So much, in fact, that the focus on the image is often like what you would see from a camera lens. There are times when the show looks as if it was filmed with a handheld camera or colour filters are being used. The series and film feel like they are captured moments rather than telling a story, as if you're exploring memories. The animation is top notch, never any jittering moments, it's as fluid as water. The animation can be comical for comedic effect, reserved for a calming sequence, or bustling with movement and detail for the scenes that contain sakuga. Sakuga is a term used to describe moments in animation where the fluidity and detail of the animation improves drastically. The background artwork is hyper-realistic, with photographic-like textures and lighting making the market feel more real. The lighting also sets the tone of a scene in the marketplace. When the sun is out, the market is teeming with customers and the market feels alive. When the moon shines down on the market, it feels deserted, and yet the solitude feels peaceful. Episode 6 is set during the peak of heat in summer, and the market is deserted during the day because of this, causing the market to feel somewhat disorientating from the lack of people. The movie has a more filmic style, with almost lifelike textures and camera-like lens focusing. The colour in this movie is delicately handled, even to the point where the director, Yamada, would not allow any of the other animators to work on certain scenes, so she can accurately produce her vision. The light emits and reflects off objects in an unmatched, realistic way. Characters can almost appear to be glowing when strong light is bouncing off of them. The framing used in this movie is pitch perfect. Every single shot is cleverly planned and is saying something, whether that be Midori anxiously shifting her feet or Tomoko sitting to the left of the frame. This would normally be a shot with the character in the centre, however, the director, Naoko Yamada, has a talent for positioning characters in frames to emphasise where the characters are within themselves. The opening song, Dramatic Market Ride by Aya Suzukai, is a bright and cheerful song. I cannot find the lyrics for the song, unfortunately, but that does not prevent the contagious, whimsical feeling it spreads to the listener. The visuals are stunning, showing the marketplace and a glimpse into a relationship the characters have with each other. The ending song, Bed Hair by Aya Suzukai, is sweet and bursting with emotion, comparing the unexplainable feeling of the heart with a record as a metaphor for verses like, the record spins around and around. When it gets warped and starts to skip, the deteriorated spots still play music notes. The opening and ending song for Tamako Love Story is Koi no Uta. Both versions are sung by different people. It is a love song which beautifully fits into the film both on a thematic level and on a narrative level. The soundtrack is perfect for Tamako Market. The music carries the same joyous, youthful spirit the show carries and elevates the enjoyment of a scene because of it. The purpose of the soundtrack is to simply provide an emotional boost to the scenes, whether that be a heartfelt melody or a simple background piece. The effect of a soundtrack is a huge accomplishment, as it never feels out of place and sits comfortably with the scene at play. The sound in general almost sounds like the show used a camera microphone. This by no means makes the sound quality of the show sound poor, as this was done on purpose. It is a stylistic choice that is most noticeable with the music. This feature only makes Tamako Market and Love Story feel more warm and homely. Tamako Market and Love Story in both Japanese and English use 2.0 stereo, meaning that all of the audio is coming from the front two speakers. I do not view this as a negative, as it adds to the homemade feeling this show carries. And finally, I would recommend you watch Tamako in Japanese, because the English version loses the warm and domestic feeling the Japanese actors were able to capture to a fault. I do not think the dubbing cast are bad by any means, but you are losing a part of the essence of what makes Tamako Market and Love Story so remarkable. In conclusion, Tamako Market and Love Story is a beautiful anime. I adore it for the majority of the same reasons I love Nichijou. And with that, I grant Tamako the recommendation of Watch Before You Die. I have been handing these out a lot lately, and I shall explain why. I would rather spend my time reviewing anime I believe you will enjoy, rather than reviewing anime I feel people would rather avoid. And since I buy every anime I review, I would like to own anime I and hopefully you will enjoy. If you have seen Tamako Market and are looking for something like it, then I shall point you in the direction of Nichijou, an incredibly stylistic anime showcasing the daily lives of this beautiful and yet very bizarre town. My second recommendation is Sound Euphonium, which is also an anime Naoko Yamada worked on. It is about Kumiko's personal journey. She joins a concert band and is entering the regional competition. It is about Kumiko slowly beginning to break out of her shell of contentment and aspire to be something amazing. And with that I leave you. Thank you very much for watching. Please check out my other videos for more reviews and discussions on anime, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.